Okay, before we get started, make sure you go to www.myvelocitybanking.com, sign up for a free account, put in all your information, and then you'll see instantly how you can eliminate your debt by using the Velocity Banking method. You'll get a chart, you get a graph, all your debts if you put it in right, and then you can start paying off those debts. So what is Velocity Banking? Well, it's a strategy for paying off debt quickly by rearranging how and when the debts are paid. That's really all Velocity Banking it is. So how does it work? Well, before we get into that, let's think about a concept. Let's look at a concept of the difference between a line and a loan. A very important concept in Velocity Banking. So lines, like your credit card, if you have a home equity line of credit, anything like that. So lines are revolving, which means once you pay to the line, you could turn around and use that exact same money again. So you can pretty much turn that money over and over and over again. And by doing that, you create leverage. Now, let's take a look at loans. So a loan is a one-way transaction, right? So once, let's say you have some money, you want to pay it into your car loan, right? So you send, your $300 monthly payment or $600 monthly payment to your car financing company, and that money's gone. Same thing with your mortgage. You take your mortgage, you pay your $1,200 a month for your mortgage, and you send that off to the bank, and that money's gone. So once you make that payment, you can't take that money out. There's no way to take that money out of your car loan, right? It just doesn't work. So loans have no leverage, which is really important. So you want to stay away from loans as much as possible and figure out ways to actually convert loans into lines. So let's look at a typical example, right? So your income is $4,000 a month, for example. You got your expenses, and expenses are going to be things like paying off your mortgage, and that's, say that your mortgage payment is like $1,200 a month, and your mortgage outstanding is $250,000 mortgage, for example. You have your car, so your car payment $500 a month, and of course you have your MasterCard, which is hooked up to your line of credit, so you got to pay $600 a month on that. You have your Visa card, which is another card you have, so you're paying $200 a month on that one. And of course you're saving, because everybody's told save, 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 so you're saving $300 a month. Of course there's everything else. You're buying food, you're paying for your cell phone bill, you're buying new clothes, kids, you go to concerts, music, all this other stuff, just life expenses, right? So it's just other ongoing expenses, so that's like $1,200 a month. So at the end of each month, you have no cash flow because you put $4,000 in, and then you spend all the $4,000 out at the end of the month. Now, velocity banking is about leverage, like we talked about before. So let's create some leverage based on our current situation. So the very first step we do is we direct all our income into our line of credit. So this can be, like I said, your home equity line of credit or just a personal line of credit, any kind of credit, even a credit card can be used if you use it properly. So by doing that, we instantly increase our cash flow by $600 because now we don't make that payment every month, because every month we dump our income in, that satisfies the payment. So our income goes automatically, so our cash flow goes up by that every month. Now that all our income is getting dumped into the line of credit, it now becomes our new checking account. So all expenses are now paid out of the line of credit. Next step, no savings. Putting away money in a savings account is just dead money because it's not doing anything for you. It's actually doing stuff for the bank. So no more savings. So that's $300 a month that we automatically get back. So now we have got some cash flow. So let's graph this out. Let's see how this would actually work with our cash flow, with our monthly cash flow that we've generated. So let's just graph out. So month one, we pay, we have a $10,000 outstanding balance. So of course, now because we dump all our income in, that automatically drops that balance to $6,000. But of course, we've got expenses like we've talked about before. So that goes all the way up again to $9,100. And the next month, we drop in our income again, drops it down. We have expenses, it goes back up. It comes down, it goes back up, comes down. So you see that the pattern here. Every month, your balance is being reduced by your cash flow. So in our example here, in about 7 months, we would have paid off that $10,000 line of credit without changing anything. The spending habit is still the exact same. We're just rearranging how we actually make the payments. Now, here's what's interesting. With velocity banking, like we said, you could pay this off in about 7 months. Now, if we kept paying $600 a month like the bank wants you to, it would take you a year and a half to pay off that exact same amount. So now that the line of credit is paid off, now let's see if we can do the same thing to actually pay off any other amortized mortgage and amortized loan like our mortgage. So yeah, so again, let's take a look at how we can use this for pay off our mortgage. So just like before, there's some steps you gotta take. So the first step is we're just like before, we're gonna make a $10,000 principal only payment to the mortgage. So this means you call your bank or you do it online like I do, and you just transfer $10,000 into your mortgage account, and you make sure it's going to principal only. Knocks down your mortgage by $10,000. Now step two. So now we use our cash flow, just like the previous example, to actually pay off that $10,000. So again, in 7 months, we know that we would have paid off that $10,000. Now the beauty of this is that in those 6 months, we've actually been making the $1,200 payment. So that even drops what we owe even more. I mean, so we owe even less now. So now we just repeat that same step. So every 7 months, we do what's called a chunk payments, just based on our cash flow. Every 7 months, we pay about $10,000 to our to our mortgage, and then we just keep repeating these chunks until our mortgage is paid off. So that's what velocity banking is about now. Check out the website, myvelocitybanking.com. Sign up for a free account